Where we sit right now in history is right at the cusp of a complete paradigm shift in how we think about mental wellness. If we had a problem that we perceived here, it seemed like it made sense that it was in the brain and we should target the brain. And that's what we've been doing for the last 100, 200 years. What we're realizing now is that maybe that isn't our primary target. And what we're seeing here in the brain is a secondary effect of something else that's happening in the body. And what we've just learned in the last 5 to 10 years is that yes, that is a secondary effect. The primary effect, and therefore the primary target, is in the gut. That's the second brain. That's where we have 100 trillion bacteria in our intestines. That number is more than there are stars in the galaxy, in the Milky Way. So the gut microbiome makes more serotonin than the brain does. That's the feel-good neurotransmitter. It makes more dopamine than the brain. In order for these neurotransmitters in the gut to have their effect in the brain, they have to be able to communicate with each other. And they do that through chemicals that the gut makes, chemicals that the bacteria make, that travel throughout the body, that signal through the nervous system, that signal through the immune system. This idea of the gut-brain axis, targeting the brain, but targeting the second brain in the gut, and then targeting the communication network between them, that axis, that's really the forefront of medicine these days, and the forefront of science, and the forefront of how we're going to actually get ahead of all these mental wellness issues and have a benefit in people's lives. The World Health Organization has deemed these categories, depression, anxiety, stress, as the leading cause of global health burden around the entire world. And most people are also aware that those high stress levels can lead to a range of problems. Everything from feelings of depression, to anxiety, to brain fog, to burnout, to all those ways of feeling not quite right. The solution for that is to rebalance the entire gut-brain axis. And that's what we recently did in a clinical trial. My group took a group of stressed out people. These were just the kind of people who are moderately stressed. They maybe are very busy. They maybe don't feel quite the way they want to feel. They're just healthy stressed. And we supplemented them every day with the Fundamentals Pack, which is a product for the gut, a product for the brain, and a product for the axis in between. Our objective was to see, could we apply these natural therapies, these supplements, to improve microbiome status, and as a result of that, could we improve psychological outcome? And that's exactly what we found. When we take that coordinated approach of probiotics and prebiotics and phytobiotics all at the same time, we get a very dramatic effect. We were able to show significant changes in good populations of bacteria, significant improvements in the entire ecology of the microbiome. So it was more diverse, it was more vibrant. But then as a result of those changes in the microbiome, we also saw a wide range of psychological mood state changes. So we're seeing fatigue go down by 64%. Depression is going down by 55%. Tension is going down by 45%. And then positive mood states, like overall well-being, go up 25%. We're seeing vigor, the opposite state of psychological burnout, go up 44%. And vigor is a combination of physical energy, mental acuity, and emotional well-being. If you can get that to go up 44% in an individual person, that's meaningful for their lives. This is really new science. This idea of the gut-brain axis as the secret to improving mental wellness, this is something most people have no idea about. In an isolated fashion, we've known that these different pieces are involved in certain ways, but nobody's ever brought them together in a coordinated, comprehensive fashion before. One of the challenges with science is that you'll do your study, you'll present it to other scientists, you'll maybe publish in a peer-reviewed journal, but then it might languish there. There might not be any meaningful outcome of that science because it's not being delivered to people. So the advantage of working with Amare is that it's a company that is commercializing this very cutting-edge science around modulating the microbiome, around optimizing the gut-brain axis, especially as it relates to mental wellness issues. This particular study at Experimental Biology shows that the science is at the service of something real, something that can actually help somebody in their lives. The fact that we're able to show these microbiome changes, that's important. The fact that we're able to marry those with these psychological mood state changes, that's really important because that's what people care about. People don't necessarily care about their bifidobacterium levels going up, but they sure as heck care about their mood changing and their energy changing and their level of tension changing. Those are the kinds of impacts that we can have by modulating this gut-brain axis.